What's up, everybody? It's Sam with the Gent Mafia here, and today we are going to be talking about this potential loot cave. I'm pretty sure I found a loot cave, and this is on Venus, actually. I think that this is potentially the best loot cave ever, not just because I think I found it, but you're also going to get to farm not just engrams, but you're going to get to farm probably like three different kinds of things in there. You're going to get to do the spirit blooms, then you're going to have missions for vanguard marks. So you're just going to run up through here, just down into here, and I'm just going to show you like this, just no cuts, just because it doesn't take too long to get in there. But I would recommend doing this with 1 to 2 other people in a fire team, because there's a large amount of enemies in there, and you get to this point where you're going to be killing them, and if you don't kill them really quickly, they're going to spread out, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to just go and hunt them down. Not saying that you can't do it by yourself, but I would just recommend taking somebody else. So the area that we have to go is just right up here. It's in what's called the Ishtar Commons, and it's a really good place. So we've got our missions for our vanguard marks. We've got one mission there, and then the other mission is right there. You can go up onto this ship here and just kind of pick them off and snipe them, although I would not recommend doing that because you're gonna attract the attention of all the enemies and they'll just kind of start shooting you. I would recommend doing a sweeping kind of motion, so you're gonna like clear out all these enemies, and then you're just gonna kind of go back and forth, and you're just gonna wipe them out. But Vex spawn out of there. You get approximately 8 goblins out of there and 2 hobgoblins. The hobgoblins are always going to run up here onto the staircase, and I would recommend taking them out first just because they tend to do a lot of damage. Just use like a sniper rifle or something, just pop 2 of them, and then you're good to go. Take out the rest of the goblins and the Vex and rinse, repeat. But then you get 4 dreg that spawn out of there. And then up over here, you get, I think it's 5 dreg on average. Usually 4 to 5 or 6 dreg. 2 vandals and then 1 captain. I'm sorry. But the vandals and captains, they go into here, and usually, like, they're no big deal. They won't pop out. Captains will usually stay in there, and I think if you leave the 1 captain, but you take out the vandals, I think that they will respawn. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm fairly sure that that's what happens. But you go through and you do this, and there's another thing that I noticed. I don't know how often this happens. I had it one time where I just walked in here, and then another time it was after about farming for 30 minutes. But what'll happen is they'll say the enemies are moving against each other or something like that. And then what'll end up happening is it's pretty much you're going to get a ton of enemies spawning in, and it's madness. Like, you can go and you can stand in front of the spawns and it's not going to matter. They're just going to keep spawning. But it'll happen, and then there's another spawn area. Normally, like when you're just farming regularly, nothing's going to pop out of here. But what'll pop out of here is you'll get like harpies and goblins and stuff will come popping out of there. And then you also have minotaurs pop up, and then all the different kinds of fallen. Now, like I just showed you, there's some spirit blooms. I would recommend having some other people, because like they are level 10, 11, and 10 enemies that pop out, but they start getting stronger. Like, they'll have shields, and then they'll have like that yellow health bar and stuff, and it gets pretty overwhelming. Like, it'll get to a point where if you kill enough of them, that's all that's going to spawn is enemies with the yellow health bar. So it'll get pretty tough, especially if you're just running with one person. You've got these hobgoblins out here that are taking pot shots at you, and then you've got all the other guys that you're trying to deal with on top of that. But yeah, I think this is the new loot cave, guys. Please, go and check it out before Bungie goes and closes this one down too. I think it's wrong what they're doing personally, because I mean, we're playing the game how we want to play it. But thank you for checking out this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and join our